Let's see what is the meaning of design thinking. Design thinking is a human-centered approach to innovation that draws from the designer's toolkit to integrate the needs of people, the possibilities of technology, and the requirements of business success. This was given by Tim Brown, CEO of IDEO. So it's very clear that design thinking is basically meant for innovation. There are three challenges when you go for design thinking. The number one is the most important thing, that is empathy. So how you are going to understand your customers or users in real situations so that you can give a better solution for them. So that is we call the desirability. So you need to talk to your customers, get to know their informations, what are the difficulties that they are having, and then of course you would be able to give a very nice solution for them to have a better life. Next one is of course the feasibility, whether it is technically possible or not. So if it is technically possible, then of course you would be able to materialize this properly. And finally, you need to see that that is we call the iterations. You need to keep on testing this and see whether we can make it happen or not in a real situations. Those are the major three design challenges when you think about the design thinking. Design thinking is a state of mind. It is your attitude, the way you looked at things. So it's a human-centric approach to solve your problems, and it is a business thinking that employs empathy, ideations, prototyping, and experimentations to solve real-world issues. Let's look at the design thinking process. The first one, you need to look at the empathy. If you don't empathize very clearly about your users and your customers, then of course we won't be able to get to know their real issues. So you need to work with your customers and understand their problems so that you will get to know what is the real problem that is faced by your users. Second step is, having got to know about the problem, you need to define it very clearly. So defining is of course, you need to break down the problem into pieces and see what are the major components of your problem. So that is we call decomposing the problem. So once you define very clearly, now you know where the problem is, what are the ingredients of it, what are the key solutions to be given. So then you move on to the next step we call is an ideate. So that is where you do lots of brainstorming with your team members to find out solutions for the well-defined problems. So you get lot of solutions, then you can fit into the problem and see whether you are giving the right level of solution or not. And once the solution is defined, next is that you need to go for real situations where you need to develop the solution. That is we call prototyping, which is very important. That is we need to have lots of tools to develop your solutions and see and whether your solution is working in a real situation or not. Once the prototyping is done, the last thing is testing. You need to test it with your customers, you need to test it with your others, you need to test it with your different situations and see whether we have done the right solutions or not. If it is real, if it is sensational, if it is moving, then of course you have find out the real solution for your problem. So that is how the design thinking process goes on, and finally it will solve your problems day by day. I would like to add the one final thing which is given by David Kelly, the co-founder of IDEO. At the beginning, of course, we moved from the thinking of ourselves as designers. Today, we are thinking of ourselves as design thinkers. Thinkers produce great ideas, and they bring those ideas into life, and finally those ideas and solutions will be with the good quality. So thinkers, doers and finishers are the creators of design thinking process. So if you want to practice this in your real situations, maybe your home, maybe your classroom, maybe your lifestyle, so you can design yourself in such a way that will give a better solutions for yourself and for the customers that you are working with.